not until today that I realized all the amazing things that she did in her life. So it was a blessing to have her in the world. And my mother always asked me every detail after all the birthday parties. And I had to tell her what we ate, what everyone wore, what was on in their lives. Now, this is when she was too frail to go to the birthday parties. But I thought, Trish, you were going to talk about the birthday party where we were all supposed to bring something unusual. I bet Chrissy would like to talk about it. Well, we have these parties. We have sometimes these games. But
I don't know if there's one here.
I don't know if I can remember it, except that we all had to bring something that was unusual. And then didn't we have to match the unusual piece with the person who brought it? Is that right?
I'll go get a phone.
Yes. So where's, well, so anyway, we put all the objects in front in a circle, and all of us were around the circle, and then we would pick who brought what. And oh, you did? Oh, please do. Because my memories. So us innocent girls that were all friends. So there was this game. And it has to do with something fun for girls. So this party, we all sat around. This was at my house. And the two mothers were there, Tish's mom. And Kathy's mom were there. And not all, we knew them, but not all as well as we have. This was over 10 years ago. 10, 12 years ago, possibly. So we're sitting there, and all it was, these presents are getting opened. And when something very large came out that men can't relate to very well, we were aghast at the two mothers. We didn't say one word. Lo and behold, those two women laughed so hard. They thought it was the funniest thing. And we're happy about it. And we got into the laughter too. But what I want to say about Betty is this, that I'll never forget ever. When I think of her right now, and I think of her next to me right now, or right there at the table, is her smile and her twinkling eyes. That is something that will always remain in my mind when I see her face. And also, she came at that same party. She helped me clean up. She was always so very helpful and caring. Every time she saw me, she wanted to know everything that went on in my life. How I was doing, who I was dating, who I wasn't dating, what was going on. She was so personal and took me in, and all of us, as somebody that was so close to her, almost like her child, I would say. Her creativity and the presence that she used to wrap for us, I mean, they were like, how would you ever think of such a thing? I remember her taking part of a palm tree and making it into a wrapping of a present. And it was consistency. She always did that for Kathy too when she knew we were in the party. But to me, her being will always be in my heart today and always. Yeah. And I love her. Okay, Patrick is going next, and then Lisa. And then I did.
Yeah, okay, so what happened is I dated Schultz, an uptown girl. And Lloyd found himself an uptown girl. That's all I gotta say. We have Lloyd and Betty, about that much time with all you folks have, but we've only known just a very short time. Lloyd and Betty are the most beautiful people that we've met. We live up in Pine Top, away from this maddening crowd. And Betty loved it up there. We can't wait until the light comes back up in April. But being up there, Betty did some artwork up there that I don't see around here. There's one on the table. But that was the artwork. But Lloyd told me one time, he went fishing. Betty dropped him off in gear. Lloyd went for 20 miles, fishing all day long. Came back, found his rear, got on the telephone, called Betty up after he fished all day long. There she was, picked him up in the car, took him home. That's where they are. That's where they were. Lloyd goes fishing, but he does all our work. So I'm selling some of the work to she had 50,000, first, second, third. Anyway, they were a great couple. We know a very short period of time, and I'm glad that everybody here is able to appreciate Larry's passing, and we miss her a great deal.
Thank you, Patrick.
All right, I know that some of you probably have seen me pull out the piece of paper and we're like, oh no, that seems like a long speech. And I warn you ahead of time, it is. So I will make sure to read it semi-quickly. But for the sake of my grandfather, I'm going to ask all of you to not talk while I speak. My grandfather's struggling to hear our speeches. And in his best interest, I'm just going to politely ask you so he can hear my words, because these words are not just for my grandmother, they're for him. Thank you in advance. So I wrote this. It's for my beautiful grandma. She loved the smell of citrus and fresh brewed black coffee in the morning. She loved fine jewelry and would often be seen ordained in diamonds and creations from local artists. She wore beautiful matching outfits followed by a pair of stylish shoes or the occasional discount jogger. She touched her skin with the finest makeup and would spritz her delicate English ivory skin with the smells of amber, Chanel, or flowers. As long as I have known my grandmother, she always had a halo of white curls that whenever I looked upon her, she would resemble an angel. But don't get me wrong, that angel would occasionally hold that halo with a few horns. My grandmother was not the little old lady who would ask you to sit on her lap and knit a sweater. Not my grandma. She would make sure that my hands were washed first and tell me to bring one of the dogs to her lap. She always had crayons and paper for me at all times. She always had fresh cup in a bowl, a fresh fruit cup in a bowl, ready to give me. She was the only one who could make the most perfect piece of English muffin bread from the toaster oven, garnished with fresh butter and luscious jam. She taught me right from wrong, even when I didn't want her to. She taught me that you write thank you cards to people when they give you something, and I would find that I tried to copy her amazing penmanship. She taught me that you pick up after your dogs on walks, and that you love and take care of all animals like they are part of your family. She taught me what manners, style, and class were before the age of 13, when the rite of passage was to visit the English relatives. I knew I had her approval when she didn't have to remind me to not have my elbows on the table. She taught me that you can be as dumb as a fox and never to reveal all of your cards on the table at once. She did her best to show me the ways of leftovers and expired foods. but I just don't think I ever got around to agreeing with her on that one. I've never known my grandma to have any interest in participating or engaging with me whenever Grandpa would take me fishing. No, instead, she would be the one to cook the fish, and every so often, on a rare occasion, get me to try and taste it. However, one special summer, Grandpa unfortunately could not take me. He unexpectedly went to the hospital where he would be laid up for the entire week of my visit. Grandma did not hesitate. She took me to Fred's Lake, tackle box, and a bucket of worms in hand. We fished. We absolutely did not catch one thing. But I will never forget her sitting in the portable chair watching me as I pathetically tried to wrap my own worm on a hook. She smiled with such joy. Her hugs were her hugs were the kind, and Iden's words were warm and would wrap around you. I remember the feeling of her hands, sometimes clutched around my young chubby arm, and always with nails that were painted with soft colored polish. I sometimes felt that my grandmother was a mystery, but every so often she would reveal parts of her inner self, whether it be in a greeting card or a random comment. Like when she told me she used to spit out the mints that her grandfather would give her, or that she found Pierce Brosnan to be the most handsome man, besides my grandfather, of course. Seeing my grandmother and the life she had before me always astounded me. Her black ringlets and beauty queen face, smiling back into the camera with a slight mischievous grin, is what I remember most. She was, simply put, an incredible woman. The one thing I can say for certain that she taught me the most was how absolutely and utterly loved I was by her on the night of her passing, and as my soul and heart were breaking. I was desperate to find any connection with her before she permanently slipped away from me in my life. And as I walked down the stairs to my basement, I remembered that I had a drawer where I kept all her cards that she had given me throughout the years. And as I started to pull open the drawer, the top card popped out and fell on my feet. I opened the card and my heart stopped. The words in delicate scroll said, "Thinking of you every day. Love, Grandma." Even at the very end of her life, I was still on her mind. Her family, whom she loved more than anything, we were all still on her mind. So, Grandma, I love you more than you ever know. Thank you for being such an integral part of my 40 years on this planet. And from this moment on, I want you to know that I too will always think of you every day. I love you. Thank you for listening to my speech. My son wrote a poem for his Gigi. As you know, she was fortunate enough to see the lives of 4 great-grandchildren. And so my son wrote a poem for her before her passing.
Okay. We Will Always Love You by Aiden Humphrey. Through and through, love will never end, especially with this special friend. Even in the darkest days, you can find happiness in many ways. Even when they disappear, they will always be right here. She will always be in our heart, love will never come apart.
Very good. Very good. Well done, buddy. Well done.
So I'll do the awkward thing and just hold the microphone.
Anybody want to follow that?
Thank you.
Jerry, did you want to speak? Oh. Anybody else want to do a share? Oh, yeah, oh, this is Kevin. Yeah, this is Kevin. This is
Do you want to
the
say something?
part of
Hey.
Diane.
Kathy?
Wait till he's
Okay. Always there for us in Pine Top, no matter what. Every day, Diane would come to the hospital, the nursing home where Betty was. We'd give her a massage, bring her things, give her some, bring her special treats, food that she liked. We could always depend on Diane and Kevin, just like our other neighbors. Sorry, dear. Yeah,
And Kathy,
okay,
after her, I know that Grandpa wants to.
absolutely, yes.
Yes, dear.
What can I say? The gift of meeting you at the village is 20
You can wait,
decades ago. Then you introduced me to your beautiful mom, who I called my second mom. She always was a first-class, beautiful woman inside and out. I loved what she loved animals as much as she did. I'll truly miss her. Gone way too soon. Yet you and Brian have been wonderful kids. I know she truly loved family, loving.
It's open mic, isn't it?
Kathy.
Kathy. Papa.
I don't need to know.
No, you need.
I used to have a voice. Can you all hear me?
No.
Yeah,
I want to thank all of you. Put it in your mouth. For me. There you go. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
How can you hear me? No. I lost my voice. I want to thank all of you for being with your love, appreciation. I can't tell you how much that means to me today. I want to thank all the people who came from out of town, like barbershop, clerks, from Pine Top, neighbors, family, Eloy, friends from all over the country. I truly appreciate it. And I want to thank you from bottom of my heart. God bless you.
Last Christmas, I am significant other. Last Christmas, we did Christmas dinner at our home. And Mom and Dad came a little early, as they usually do, so we could have a cocktail together. And my daughter and youngest granddaughter and great grandson were also there for dinner. Well, they know how much I like chocolate. And Dad and Mom had, the 2-for-1 at Costco. So they bought chocolate ice cream, thinking that they would really like this particular ice cream. Well, they didn't. So they went, Hannah will love it. And we'll take it to her. So they come in, they hand Brian the ice cream, he puts it away. I don't know at that moment if that's what they've done. But they post it on the sofa, and Mom cannot keep a secret. She could not but help giggle over something that she just thought was just like so kind of funny, but kind of a snark. So she kind of had this funny little giggle and a grin. Brian does the grin. Brian do the grin. Do the Betty grin. And she just can't stop. She wants to tell me what she has brought me as a gift. And my daughter is sitting on the other sofa and she's watching this. And Dad is elbowing her. He does not want her to tell me that this ice cream is something that they just did not like. So he's doing this and she's just laughing. And my daughter goes, I think you've just been dissed. I think that you have just, Grandma has really gotten you this time, and Grandma tried to stop her. There was no stopping the Betty. She was a Leo. So you all probably know the Leo personality. I have it. Brian has it. It's definitely a lot of fire and ice. She was an amazing woman, an amazing artist, amazing mom. She was wonderful to all of us. She welcomed everybody that came into her life with a smile and a hug. And we will dearly miss her. Her family. Truly. Thank you all for being here today. The end of the chapter of our lives is that I adore. Thank you all.
There's plenty of pizza left. There's plenty of lasagna. There's plenty of salad. I'm sure you would like another bite, right, or two. Please help yourself, because pretty soon we will box it up. Nancy? Oh, Nancy wants some. Laura, oh, Lori. Oh, please speak up. My dear friend, Lori.
As I look around this room, I see beautiful mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. We're all similar. We're all the same age and mindset. I could only hope and wish that my family, my grandchildren, and my great-grandchildren would have the beautiful testimony and love that I'm witnessing here today. We love our families so immensely, and they do know it. But times like this, you would wish that more would hear today what we've all experienced from beautiful people that so loved and adored Betty. Betty was, in my eyes, similar. We had a love for fashion. We had a love for good taste. We had a love for the way we raised our children. I can relate to the shoelace issue because I do the same thing. I can relate to polishing my husband's shoes. I mean, I have many of them in front of me, but he had to look spectacular when he went out the door. I can relate to the fact that to this day, I still iron every damn thing that comes out of the washing machine, including our pillowcases, right, Robert? Wrinkled pillowcases give you wrinkled faces, ladies and gentlemen. So all I can say is relating to Betty and knowing her as I did, and Kathy, who so loves and adores her mom. And I wish I knew your brother and your other family members, Kathy, but you're so blessed for the life that you lived with Betty. What a lovely person. And Lloyd, you had a gem of a wife. A wonderful lifetime, wonderful experience that'll live in your heart always. God bless you, Lloyd. Thank you.
Can I tell the trumpet story?
Go ahead.
And it's lighthearted.
No, I already
Go ahead.
Listen, we have a
Have another drink, pal.
I hate to say it. I'm always like this. Thank you. I want everyone to look over here at this table. We have a lot of talent in this entire area. I mean, everywhere I look, I see talent. But we have a few barber shoppers here. And some of them have, well, you tell us about your experience with Lloyd and the Pine Tones and who you have here.
Okay. I'm Everett Peterson. I've been the tenor in Lloyd's Pine Tones Quartet, which he named, by the way. He was in a previous quartet called the Pine Tones, and in 2020, our founding director, Doc Dockendorf, right here, joined, created 2000. I said it wrong. Did I say it? 22 years. 2000. Boy, I get my dates. Formed the High Country Barbershop Chorus, and Lloyd was part of a previous chorus, and we pulled Lloyd, Doc, myself, and another great baritone, Ivan Mahedic, who's passed a couple years ago. Who ever heard the Pine Tones? Because we sang for some family events, birthday and anniversary combined over at Torion. Anyway, we have Doc, we have Jerry, Ron, James Burden, and Denny Shanklin here from our chorus. And if we can, I don't know if we logistically, if we could gather around Lloyd. Tell you what, he may not be into singing, but if he is, you're welcome to join in because he can hold in his not that long ago, he could hold a note longer than anybody in the chorus. So James came up with the name. What was it, James? Lord. Yeah, Lord, lead Lloyd Lane, right here. Come on, barbershop, let's gather around Lloyd. I know we're gathering. We're just going to gather around you, Lloyd. You don't need to sing if you don't want to. We're going to sing. I'm not sure it was Betty's favorite because she would kind of halfway cringe when we'd sing it, but she was Lloyd's sweetheart, and so at every chance and at the birthday anniversary times, we would sing this to the family and whenever we could with Betty. Let me call you sweetheart. So we're going to think about that right now. We got Betty with B flat. Okay.
B flat.
Here we go.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
All right.
Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Keep the love like glory in your eyes so blue. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
Let's hear it for Lloyd. Thank you, everyone. That was special. Thank you, Lloyd, for singing with us all these years. You come sing with us anytime.
Oh,
What a voice! What a voice!
what a voice. Yeah.
Contract.
They want one more.
I want this management.
We got one more. Lloyd's Lloyd's just getting started here, but we'll only have one more here, so won't keep you too long. Listen to that nice, strong lead voice.
Oh, good job, Lloyd.
Lord of my heart, I love you. Life would be gone without you. Light of my life, my glory. I love you. I love you. I can forget you never. Promise one day with say you'll be mine
That was cool.
They got it. Sign him up. Okay, we'll sign him up. We'll be at your next family birthday or anniversary event. There you go. Big time. Sign him up.
That's another name for breakfast.
Oh, wow. Who can follow that? Wow.
I wouldn't.
Thanks, Pops.
Daddy!
Hey, Daddy.
Betty, where's your glass for Betty?
You can hear white mountains. So.
Great.
Look in there. It's in there. Go in the back. All right. No one can follow that. So thank you and good night.